Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Sunday, October 29th, 2023. The beloved High Desert institution, the 29 Palms Historical Society's Weed Show, returns next weekend to the Old Schoolhouse Museum in 29 Palms. The judged competition is part art show and part garden show with a unique desert twist. A typical entry sees a desert plant like creosote, cholla, chia, or even juniper twigs, integrated with handmade artwork or assemblages of found objects from the sandy desert floor. Here's Robert Hayden with a look at entries from last year's event.
The 29 Palms Weed Show has been showcasing the Mojave Desert's unique plant life alongside man-made objects weathered and worn by the basin's sand, sun, and rain. If the concept isn't clear yet, think of a traditional floral table display and run it through some high desert filters, and you've got yourself an entry for the world-famous Weed Show that's taking place this Saturday and Sunday at the Old Schoolhouse Museum in 29 Palms. The museum will be filled both inside and out with folk art displays that use dried desert vegetation to create whimsical sculptures in unique categories.
The president of the 29 Palms Historical Society, Dana Bowden, was a recent guest on the Z107.7 Up Close show, where she spoke with Gary Daigneault about the history of the Weed Show.
The Weed Show is 83 years old this year.
Man!
It was the Women's Club. Back in the day, we had a luncheon, and Mildred Bryant came from Pasadena to talk about art, I believe. And the women of 29 Palms were blown away because they realized at the last minute that they had no flowers for their luncheon table. And Mildred said, "It's okay, look outside, you have plenty of plant material that's beautiful." I don't know what time of year this was, so that would be depending on were they wildflowers or were they dried wildflowers. So she went out into the yard and picked a bunch of stuff out of the desert and put it in a vase, and the Weed Show was born.
And voila! And now they've repeated that every year. It's gotten bigger, bigger, and bigger and bigger. And well, you get people come from all over the place.
It's amazing.
Reporting from the 2022 Weed Show, Robert Hayden described one of the winners.
With the winners announced across the 13 different categories, some familiar names from past Weed Shows are peppered into the results. Michelle Barber won the People's Choice Award with her delectable but dry desert pizza, designed from discarded detritus such as gems, rocks, findings, and of course, weeds.
Expect this year's Weed Show, with the theme of The Hollywood Connection, to draw big crowds. If you'd like to see the weeds for yourself, the show will be open for viewing on Saturday, November 4th from noon to 4 p.m. and Sunday, November 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.